So for you today, I have a couple rapid-fire Artfight Speedpaints. As usual, if you're photosensitive or sensitive to flashing colors in any way, I'd look away from this one, as the nature of Speedpaints is a lot of flashing colors and multiply layers and flipping canvases and all that. Not to mention just scrolling around really fast. I actually attempted to record more than you see in this video, but the new version of OBS I downloaded on this new computer was double registering my clicks and only ending up recording 1 second of footage, leaving me painting for hours with no speed paint recording. Always be sure to, check you're actually recording. Here's the ones that unfortunately died horribly. Wasn't really in best form for this first one. I guess we can call it a warm-up. This character belongs to Ahawk on Artfight. I feel like whenever I get back into painting, I mess up a little bit the first time, just because I have so little time for actually painting. I should have been braver with the more saturated yellow bits and made them darker instead of just more saturated, but it's always hard for me to go with my gut when doing work for other people, and that ends up getting in the way a bit. I also wish I left the muzzle smaller. Oh well. This second one I was much more in my element for, or, well, technically this is the third one. I did the Black Cat's headshot from earlier first. This character belongs to Chaos Kitten on Artfight, and I feel most comfortable when I'm just going for it, when I'm just painting whatever and doing whatever feels right or looks right. I'm actually on a new computer, and I had a lot of trouble with all of these because my brush settings were all over the place. Nothing was behaving as expected, a lot of them were too light, which was very strange, and I'm guessing that might have even been a tablet setting issue. But I also realized a lot of them were using pressure in ways that I never told them to use pressure. And I'm not sure why that was, because I did just kinda take the brushes I had in my last version, save them externally, and then import them to this version. Someday when I have time to actually do something for myself, I will fix these brushes. The next one, and the littlest pet shop one that I lost the recording for, are a result of me asking what style I should draw in. This one was supposed to be Care Bears, and honestly I should have leaned into the chubby cheeks and lumpy bodies a bit more, but I didn't want to deviate too much from the character's design. This character belongs to Banana Dino on Artfight. I dropped the style thing pretty quickly, largely because there were a lot of easy to replicate cartoon suggestions, and I didn't want to make too many super quick or easy drawings. So for this cat, I'm back to drawing whatever suits me, and by drawing whatever suits me, I mean painting whatever suits me. I picked this one because it's a tortoiseshell, and I like to paint those. This character belongs to Pinefrost on Artfight. This character belongs to KittyGirl2210 on Artfight. I was watching a movie with people at the time that I was rendering these last two, so I went a bit longer on this one shading just from being distracted. Not that it looks bad for it, I especially like how the beard pattern turned out considering I was still trying to paint the cat's shape into it. I did realize a bit late that I was making the cat very smooth when it's actually very spiky, and you see me adding in messy fur later. While I'm rendering, I kind of get in a zone and forget what the actual reference looks like to some extent. I just kind of start focusing on what I've already put down and making that look good, and I messed up twice on that aspect in these various speed paints. Obviously, in both cases, I did fix it. After losing 2 speed paints in the days before, I decided to do a couple more attacks so that this video wouldn't be completely barren. And because I feel like I lost the thing I had the most fun with, which was the littlest pet shop toy style one from the start, so I figured I'd squeeze in one more headshot and something I could consider a fuller piece. I picked out this cat for being a tortoiseshell as well. The character belongs to Sapfronx on Artfight. So by the time I was on this last one, I was a bit tired of cats, and I went looking for something else to draw. At first I was going to go for a weather dragon like the one I have up, or a human, but most of the other weather dragons are on the same team as me or characters I've drawn before, so I settled on this dragon sona by Charcoal, one of my patrons, Artfight name Charcoal's Den YT. I'll admit I'm not really into the default Wings of Fire art style that you see in the books. Sorry to big fans of it, but to me it's very clunky, with little diversity between the dragon's faces and bodies, and way too much detail on the bodies. I know this is coming from the person who draws the dragons as multicolored blobs in my videos, but, you know, it's living in the other extreme that makes me so hesitant to look at these, super hyper-detailed dragons in a positive light. So whenever I draw one, I try to lean into their features that make them stand out. Charcoal says on the ref that this dragon is skywing shaped, so I took out a picture of a skywing and was like, okay, how do I boil this down? Which ended up being mostly this type of dragon is pointy. Ears are larger because larger ears are cute. Unintentionally though, I accidentally gave him around the same pose as Keebly on the cover of his book. To be fair, there's only so many dragon flying around poses out there, but whoops. You'll also notice that I forgot the broken horn. I fixed it, but I had already turned the recording off by the time I did, so it is fixed on Artfight. My Artfight username is Moon, so you can see all the pictures in full quality there. Or at least some of them in full quality. Artfight wouldn't take some of the larger ones, so I had to start working in a smaller canvas size. While I might try to squeeze a few more in later, this is probably all the Artfight attacks I'm actually going to have any time for this year. It was only making this video at all that gave me any time to do them. Anyway, I'll see you next week with probably something Warrior Cats related.